You probably know this NBA player from his crazy ability to make last-second shots like this one time or these two shots from halfway across the court in the same game. Check this out in the first quarter, or this famous moment when he broke the record for the longest three-point shot in NBA Finals history. He loves these shots, puts it up from halfway, buzzer goes off, bang. But trust me, Payton Pritchard helps the Celtics way more than just his halfway court shots. This guy is special. So how did 25 NBA teams not pick him? Why is he suddenly so good? And how are the Celtics using Payton Pritchard as their secret weapon? Let me show you how this short point guard is the key to the NBA champion team's offense. There's this practice we have where you have to go against Payton full court. Yeah, and he just goes crazy. Payton Pritchard is not like other NBA players. He's not fancy. He's nowhere close to how tall NBA players usually are. And he wasn't supposed to get serious playing time in Boston. In fact, when the Celtics picked him 26th in the 2020 draft, most people thought, yeah, he'll probably be out of the NBA in a few years. One report said that expecting him to be anything more than an okay backup for a few years was totally unreasonable. Now, that thinking is pretty normal for anyone picked late in the first round. Take Dylan Windler, for example, picked in 2019 at spot 26. He's barely done anything in the NBA. Or Landry Shamet, who got picked in 2018. He had a few decent seasons, but now he's in the G League. And then there's Caleb Swanigan. He got picked in 2017, but was out of the league a couple years later. Then there's Payton Pritchard. Fast forward to 2024, and Payton is scoring buckets, making great passes, and making defenses look silly. When you're the 26th pick in the NBA draft, you're not supposed to be this good. So how does a guy who wasn't even supposed to be in the league by now suddenly become one of the Celtics' most dangerous players? Well, like I said earlier, Payton is not your average guy. Payton's basketball story starts in Oregon, where he played high school ball at West Lynn High School. There, he won 4 state championships. Yeah, you heard that right. 4 after being awesome in high school. Payton went on to play college at the University of Oregon, where he had one amazing run. At Oregon, Payton was named Pac-12 Player of the Year in 2020 and also won the special Bob Cousy Award for being the nation's top point guard. He averaged 20 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds per game. And it wasn't just his numbers that stood out, but the way he played. He was calm, competitive, and always looking for a way to be smarter than his opponents. What makes Payton different from others is his attitude. He's like a tough dog. You know, the guy who works harder than everyone and loves proving others wrong. Just look at how hard he trains. He's doing the Michael Jordan tongue-out thing during this dribbling routine he posted 4 years ago. And recently he told us that he makes his offense better by paying other professional players to try to defend him. Well, actually, I'll pay some of my homeboys to come, the ones that play overseas and stuff. I'll pay them for the week to come out, and like all they have to do is just guard me. That kind of workout even has Kevin Garnett impressed. I love this attitude, and it's why I understand his attitude. But what makes Payton so special on the court? It all comes down to his playmaking ability, his efficiency, and his versatility. Take a look at these 3 shot charts. Shot chart A, shot chart B, and shot chart C. Try to guess which of these belongs to Stephen Curry, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, or Payton Pritchard. Well, shot chart C is Shagil. You can clearly see his above-average shooting percentage in the mid-range in green and slightly below average in yellow everywhere else. Now that just leaves Stephen Kerr and Payton between shot chart A and B, which means this is a guess between the greatest shooter of all time and Payton Pritchard. Well, shot chart B is Steph Curry this season, and chart A with all that green is Payton Pritchard. Now, I know these guys have totally different jobs on offense, so it's not a perfect comparison. But this is still crazy. And if that doesn't shock you, listen to what Drew Holiday said when he was asked who the hardest player to guard on the Celtics was. Who's the hardest player to guard on the Celtics? You know what? It might be. There's this drill that we have where you have to go up against Payton full court. Yeah, and he just goes crazy. That's right. The Celtics literally used him as practice to train their other players. This is Drew Holiday we're talking about too. One of the most respected defenders in the league. If he says you're good, you're good. However, that still doesn't begin to explain Payton's insane offensive value. Right now, he's averaging 15 points per game in just 28 minutes per game. Shooting an effective field goal percentage of 63%, including 41% from beyond the three-point line. If we compare Payton's effective field goal percentage against the top 25 guards in the league, we'd see is above superstar names like Ja Morant and Luka Doncic. He's better than LaMelo Ball, who's having a breakout year. And as we go up this ladder to better and better shooters into the realm of Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving, some of the best finishers in the history of the NBA, oh yeah, that's where we find Payton Pritchard, the 26th pick in the 2020 draft. Just to summarize and put all of this into perspective, NBA.com has him currently ranked with the #1 offensive rating in the entire league. That's ahead of Nikola Jokic, the guy with a 92% chance of winning the NBA MVP this season. This year, Payton Pritchard is coming off the bench and playing like a star. His insane ball handling, the ability to stop quickly and get a shot off against any player in the league is really helping the Celtics second unit. And when he gets inside, he's got the vision to find an open teammate for an easy score to a great example of his offensive game. Came against the Milwaukee Bucks, where Payton scored 28 points. Check out his ability to knock down threes. Sam Hauser gave him a little screen and it helped him out get to the rim. He's good at defending the pick and roll, run an offense, and pass to his teammates. Look at him, the catch and release. Looking at this season so far, you can tell the Celtics are putting more and more trust into him. As I mentioned earlier, he's averaging 15.5 points per game, which is a big jump up from 9.6 points in 2023 and just 5.6 in 2022. Plus, they've given him the green light on shooting threes. Right now, Payton shoots nearly 9 threes per game, which is the same as Damian Lillard and Trae Young. And it's not just about making threes, it's about when he takes them to, at the end of a quarter or halftime, Payton's your guy. But again, shooting does more than just score points. It stretches the defenses, forces them to adjust, and creates space for his teammates in a league that's all about spacing. Payton shooting over 40% from three-point land is like a NBA cheat code. So how does Payton fit into the Celtics system? Well, the Celtics already have their Batman and Robin in guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown leading the charge. But Payton's ability to play without the ball, shoot, and create for others makes him a valuable asset in their second unit. We saw it in the playoffs too, where Payton came off the bench and made some key plays. He doesn't always need to be the star of the show, but when his number is called, he's ready to step up. Just remember his clutch three-pointers and timely assists have been critical to the Celtics' biggest wins. But here's where I think Payton becomes the Celtics' biggest secret weapon. When we adjust the Celtics team stats per 36-minute averages, we see that Tatum and Brown are clearly the favorites when it comes to points per game, but actually it's a toss-up between Derek White and Payton Pritchard, who averaged 19.9 points per game and 19.8 points per game, respectively. Obviously, I'm completely ignoring the defensive side here. Players like Derek White and Drew Holiday are much more valuable for their two-way ability. Still, Payton Pritchard is showing you that he's playing on another level. And remember, the NBA is a business, and a player who earns $50 million per year should play way better than another guy who earns just $5. Well, Payton Pritchard is currently earning $6.7 million per year, which means he's earning less than NBA guards like Anthony Black and Max Christie, who both average almost nothing. But Payton Pritchard is playing more like Bradley Beal, who's one of the highest paid NBA players in the entire league. That's what makes him the Celtics' secret weapon. Payton Pritchard turns 27 in January, which means he's entering his prime with a work ethic that's second to none and a system that knows how to use him. He'll probably continue to surprise the experts if he can keep getting better at his game, maybe add a mid-range jumper, or even become more efficient from deep. There's really no limit to what he can achieve. And with the Celtics looking like championship contenders, once again, you can bet that Payton's going to play a big role in their success. But what do you think? Will Payton win 6th Man of the Year? Is his success more because of the Celtics' amazing depth or his personal toughness? Like, could he have done this on another NBA team? And which NBA player is surprising you the most so far this season? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by subscribing. Make sure you click on the notifications too, because my next Henry Oops video is about how a fat and lazy guy took his revenge on the entire NBA, and it's going to be wild.
Beef.